Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned in to the Viewers Anonymous podcast where we give our takes and reviews of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. For some odd reason, I don't feel like I said that right, but I'm going to go with it because I didn't flub on it. So what's up with you, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. You know, second part of the week. I always love these Friday episodes, man, because they're what we watching. You know,
yeah.
I feel like you said, man, and it'd be right on the money. Like one of the best segments of the week. Man. Like that, what we watching. Because I got one today, but I'm ready.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But how you feeling, man? How your week been going?
Hey, I'm feeling good, man. My week is going great. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, tune it in. You know what I'm saying? Early tonight, got to work that overtime tomorrow, man. I'm out here trying to get this paper, baby. But outside of that, man, everything been great. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, let me tell you about some bullshit that happened to me, bro. So last night, watching that weak-ass Thursday night game.
Oh, I didn't even try.
Oh,
I knew it was going to be bad.
That shit was horrible. But listen, so I started Naeem Hines. Hey, bro, this nigga went out with a concussion. That nigga gave me 1.8 points.
Hey, no, I don't need to be laughing, bro.
It's not funny that he got the concussion. It's funny because the nigga gave me 1.8 points. But let me tell you what was so crazy about it, though. I was so adamant about starting this nigga this week. I was like, bro, Jonathan Taylor ain't gonna be there, bro. They pulling niggas up from the practice squad. Like, yo, this nigga about to get all the touches. They about to start running crazy. Like, yo, this nigga gonna have some crazy points tonight. So I put him in the flex. It was between him or George Pickens from the Steelers. Yeah, I definitely should have went with George Pickens.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then I almost started him, but I didn't. He ended up getting he got 13 points on the bench, but I picked up Melvin Gordon because Williams is out. So I was like, oh, Melvin gonna get the touches now.
Yeah, but that motherfucker fumble early, boy.
and dude, I looked at my lineup like 3 times. Man, should I put Melvin up there? And I was like, cause see, early in the week, cause when I went for the waiver on him, they had him at like they had him estimated at like 9 points or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But then Williams went down, so I was like, man, let me scoop him real quick. And then they estimated him getting like 14.
Yeah,
and he ended up getting 13.9 or some shit like that.
That ain't bad.
But it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Like
for now, it definitely ain't bad.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I should have started him. But everybody else that I got in is projected to have at least what he got or more.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But yeah,
that's
funny. I mean, not like you said, not the concussion, but just the fact that you got 1.8 and you was adamant, like, oh, he gonna do it.
Listen, and this in my money league, so I need this win, bro. I need this win bad. I tried any and everything I could. Like, I've been trying to get the Packers defense from one of the dudes in our league. He will not give up anybody. He will not do no trades, no nothing. You got to hope he drops somebody. So I was trying to get the Packers defense because I'm like, man, they playing the Giants, and then these niggas, they don't have no quarterback. They're going to be relying on Saquon. I'm like, bro, that Packers defense is going to go crazy. I'm like, if all they got to do is stuff the box, they can get about 2-3 interceptions. I'm talking about at least a good 18, 20 points from the Packers defense. That's well, never mind. We'll get into that on the 4-3. Y'all go check that out. But yeah, so anyway, man, let's get into what we watching, man.
Let's do it.
What we watching?
What we watching?
So, what we watching this week? What you got?
Oh, listen. I don't like doing this, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
So, new Netflix movie. I clicked on it. It said, well, when I got on Netflix, it says the #1 movie So I was like, man, I saw my guy Gerard Butler. I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
snap, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know him, man. Law-abiding citizen, 300. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He got a large resume, man. One of my favorites, the Bounty Hunter, boy.
Oh yeah, hilarious. Him and Jennifer Aniston are comic.
Yeah, yes. So I'm like, oh, okay, So I'm watching the trailer, and the movie I'm talking about, y'all, is Last Seen Alive, right? So I'm sitting here watching the trailer. That's what kind of intrigued me a little bit. So he's on the phone. He goes to the store to get some gas, and he's getting gas. His wife says she wanted to buy some water, so she goes into the store, and then all of a sudden she come up missing, right? So he's calling the police guy, and he's like, "Yo," he's like, "I'm at the store to get some gas, and my wife went in to get something to drink, and I can't find her." He's like, "Well, is she in the restroom?" He was like, "Man, I've already checked the restroom. Like, I wouldn't be calling you if I didn't check the restroom." And so he's like, he was like, "Man, it's been like 20 minutes." He was like, "Well, you can't report somebody missing with 20 minutes." And he was like, he said, "Is your wife?" He said, "Do you and your wife live around here?" He was like, "No." And he was like, "But my wife is from here." He was like, "Oh, well, maybe she met a friend." He was like, if your wife met a friend at the store, is she gonna leave you? Like, and I'm like, when you listening to this cop, it's like, you really a detective?
This nigga must have been in on it.
So, and that's what the movie, like the way it goes, you don't really find out toward the end until at the end, because it feels like he's involved. And like what ended up happening is, long story short, I'm not gonna tell it, but I'm gonna tell it. So the guy that kidnapped her is a guy that was doing work for her parents' house. Like he was like working on the roof, like fixing shit around the house, all this type of shit, right? So they knew that because Gerard Butler character, like I forget what he was. I can't remember if he was like an engineer or something, but whatever job he had, he made a lot of money, and everybody knew he made a lot of money. And then the one storyline that they added to it, I guess they had to do something, because I really didn't think that this really mattered too much, but they was going through some issues. And she had cheated on him. And the reason that they was around her parents' house, because she was telling him to drop her off at her parents' house because she needed space. It's funny how you cheat on him, but you need space. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story. So they add the whole storyline of them going through some shit. And then like he had ended up, the cop told him not to leave the store, like to stay there, I come. He ended up going to the parents' house because they live like 5 miles away. So he drove to the parents' house and was like, "She's not here." And they're like, "No." And so then they thinking that he done something to her, because they were like, "Yo, I don't trust him." Like they making it seem like he's the bad guy when he ain't done nothing wrong. But anyway, what ended up happening was dude kidnapped her, took her back to his boss's place, which turned out to be a fucking meth lab. So and then he told the cop, like, because at the end, like, look, it's hard to explain it, because listen, first of all, let me get this out of the way. The movie is trash, right? Let me get that out of the way, because there's one scene where he's running. So he finds out what the dude stayed that he saw on the camera, because at the store, the one guy that's behind the counter said that that none of their cameras worked in the store, right? So Gerard Butler all of a sudden turned detective. He jacked my dude up, and then he finds out that there is a thing that is recording everything. So he jacked that thing out, takes it to now, listen to me. So he goes into the store, he jacks up the count to do the work behind the counter, see that there is something recording it. He yanks it out the store, drives to the police station, and give them that machine that shows all the stuff that's on the camera. So they end up finding out, they see that the guy that took him, and he found out where the dude stayed. He goes to the dude's house, they get into a big fight. He wins, he ties him up, put him in his trunk. My man he's driving 85 in a 55, gets pulled over.
And they still don't get saved.
No. So the cop gets him to get out the car, and then he starts asking him to check the car. So he goes around to check the trunk. He take off running through the woods. So Gerard Butler run through the woods, And then he comes up onto this house. No, not this house, this road. There's only one road. So he sees this 4-wheeler out there. He walks up to the 4-wheeler. He's trying to start the 4-wheeler. There's a dude over on the other side, pissing on the other side of the tree. And he's like, yo, what are you doing with my 4-wheeler? And he was like, yo, it's like, Knuckles told me to meet him here. And he was like, Knuckles? How you know? Yeah, he was like, how you know Knuckles? He was like, man, Knuckles is expecting me. And he was like, I ain't hear nothing. He was like, well, Frank sent me. And he was like, well, where's your car? Oh, man, it broke down like 5 miles down the road. That's why I'm walking through the woods. And he's like, this shit makes no sense at all. And he was like, so they running a whole damn meth lab.
Mm-hmm.
And all the information you got from this guy that he know Knuckles and Frank sent him, just because he know 2 people's names, you tell him, yeah, just keep walking down the road, man. You'll go right into it.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm already out.
Like, dude, it is so crazy. None of this shit makes no sense. The storyline is trash.
Yeah,
like even the way that it. Look
at the poster, man. Look at this. Look at this nigga, man. This don't like look at the poster is trash in itself.
Yo, okay, that's not the poster that's on Netflix.
No, I'm just saying. Look at this nigga, man.
Hey,
this shit. This looked like a low budget ass movie.
It is too, man. Yo,
the fact that it says streaming everywhere June 3rd already lets me know. Like, yeah.
Yo, there was so the
this
damn
nigga made a straight to DVD movie in 2002. That's crazy.
Yo, it was an explosion, my guy. The damn meth lab blew up. You want to talk about one of the fakest explosions I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was photoshopped.
It was so photoshopped. You could tell you can see the green screen. Like I think the screen might have even showed up green for a second. Like it was terrible.
That's
like
crazy.
It made no sense. The whole storyline of like that him and his wife wasn't doing good, and then when they left the convenience store before he snatched out the thing, the cop is like questioning him about shit like, so how's y'all marriage? And he's like, it's a little rocky, but whatever. And then he's like, so then they got into this whole thing, and he told him how she cheated on him and all this type of shit. And then like he's like, man, why are you questioning me like a suspect? Like he's questioning him like he has something to do with the disappearance. Like
that's usually how it worked though.
Yeah, but it was terrible. It's like it's kind of like you remember. I mean, it's not like this type of bad, but you know how that was it Velocipaster? Is that movie you had?
No, it can't be worse than Velocipaster.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay.
But it's like
was it like what was that one movie on HBO Max?
Malignant.
Malignant, was it like that?
Malignant was shot good though.
It was a horrible movie though.
It was a horrible movie, but like this movie's even shot bad. It's like
shit. So this might be like Velocipaster.
Cause it's kind of like like what it's like. I don't know. You know how I talk about Christopher Nolan movies, like it had that grimy, like kind of cloudy look to it.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes I hate to say this, y'all. Look, listen, shout out to everybody at BET. I love y'all. Trust me, I do. But you know how like some of those BET movies, and it's like the camera's like too bright.
Yeah,
and it's like that's what this movie was like. It was like. It needs to be dipped.
Or like they show the thing where like dude get his arm cut off, but you can still see his arm in his shirt like that. It was like, man, his arm right there, bro.
Yo,
yeah,
they was
talking about
what you talking about. They were talking about this on Rory and Maul. They said, yo, and now I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes and all the motherfuckers, but it's just hilarious. I think they said this movie was a 12.
That's sick, bro.
Oh man, y'all go watch the shit. It's only like an hour and a half.
I'm gonna check it out.
What was it?
Never
Last Seen Alive.
Oh, I'm about to say Never Seen Again. All week. Yeah. Oh man. So for me, man, listen, I went back in the archives, man. I was feeling in the silly mood. I needed to find something that make me laugh, and of course, I found it because that's all I do. I went back and watched This Is the End. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, this movie is about a bunch of Hollywood friends who pretty much have to come together at the end of the apocalypse, and then they pretty much have to work their way up to get into heaven. But before they do any of that, they have to find out what's going on. So this movie is on Netflix. If you want to get a good laugh or two in, definitely check this out. This movie is hilarious. I'm talking about, this is probably one of the best movies that Seth Rogen, James Franco, Craig Robinson, and all them are in. Shout out to Danny McBride, because watching this, I had to go ahead and get on Twitter and tell people how great Danny McBride really is. This dude is so fucking funny, bro. It's one scene in the movie where they got all the like all the supplies and shit. And you know what I'm saying? They put all the supplies together or whatever, so that everybody done went to sleep. So these niggas get scared and shit, so they all sleeping in the same, you know what I'm saying, location, except for James Franco. This nigga got headphones and shit on. They at James Franco's house. So this nigga James Franco wake up, he go brush his teeth and shit. This nigga walk downstairs, bro. This nigga Danny McBride done cooked all the food. He done used all the water. Yo, he just doing everything to mess everything up. But it's so funny because James Franco don't like Danny, like in the movie, he don't like Danny McBride. So it's just a bunch of goofy stuff, bro. But go check that out, man. This Is the End. It's on Netflix right now. If you need a good laugh, check it out. It's a great movie, man. But yeah, so this week, man, we got the beginning of the Horror Fest. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Excitement ensues. So basically, you know, every October, every October, man, we start off doing a Horror Fest. Basically, it's all S. Dot's fault because he loves horror movies. So, you know what I'm saying? AMC doing it, everybody else doing it. Hell, we gonna do it too, and we gonna give you a better version than they give you. So, for the first episode of the Oktoberfest, man, this movie is. That's right. You already know what it is, man. It's Devil. It came out in 2010.
Don't come near me, any of you. Back away from each other now.
This movie is Devil. From Universal Pictures, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. You know what I'm saying? With a great cast, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I fucked that up. From now on, I'm gonna just start leaving the sound in the trailer anyway, because you know what I'm saying, people that be listening gotta hear it too. So hopefully that helped y'all out. But the movie is Devil. Basically, so this movie is about a man who is, I believe he's a detective. He might be a regular cop, but I know he's a detective.
He's a detective, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he's a detective, and basically, he's trying to solve solve what appears to be a suicide, but he ends up figuring out that this suicide is not the crime scene that they think it is. They end up finding the crime scene. They go in, and basically he is being, I guess, attacked by the devil. But one of the guys that's in there kind of killed his family. So he ends up finding out that this was the dude that killed his family somehow, some way. And then everybody else involved, I don't know what they was there for. They could have found an easier way to do this, but they did it great. So seeing this, you said you never seen this, right?
No, I seen it, but
okay, so you rewatched this joint.
Yeah.
So rewatching this, bro, what did you think?
Rewatching it, it's a whole lot better than I thought it was.
100%.
Going back and watching it and actually seeing like what's going on, the reason is like to answer what you were saying, like everybody was like Ramirez was my favorite person in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he knew everything, and like everybody looked at him like he was the crazy person. Which, when you hear somebody talking about like the devil, he has this plan, and everybody's here for a reason, and and then especially like if somebody's throwing out a whole bunch of religious stuff at you, it's kind of like, all right, man, you can, you know what I mean?
We gotta talk about that though, because that's one thing that always throws me off about religion. But go ahead.
Yeah, and like so. Ramirez, he's one of the security guards that's that's in the like the camera room, like kind of seeing everything that's going on in all the elevators. And what ended up happening, like the one girl, she was like a I was about to say a Jew thief, but she was a scammer, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
So she was a scammer. The guard played by Bokeem Woodbine, we gotta talk about this for a second.
Racist. No. He was they said he was a thug. That was so
racist, that was racist. Yeah.
Fuck.
So, but you telling me? Don't get me wrong. Everybody deserves an extra chance. And he was from a temp agency. I get that.
Yeah.
But they started going off this thing: assault, and y'all got him working in that type of building.
Hell yeah.
Ain't no way in hell, man. They let that dude come in that building.
Hey, man, I hear you. But to me, that's the perfect motherfucker to put at security at a building. I bet you don't nobody act the goddamn fool.
And so he was in there. The mechanic guy, he was the guy that we found out in the end. He was the one that ended up doing a hit and run on Detective Boughton's family. Yep. And the old lady, the old woman that got her listed,
was the goddamn devil.
She was the devil, but at the same time, she was a pickpocketer.
She's a world class thief. She's an old school thief. Nobody even pickpocket no more, bro.
Yeah, don't nobody do that no more. This lady, man, when they broke her, when they had her hanging from the thing and they dropped her down and all them wallets fell out, you're like, oh shit. But
crazy.
But no, like Ramirez, man, like his character turned out to be my favorite one because like they looked at him as the kooky guy, and then like once everybody started seeing like everything that he was seeing and everything he was talking about started to be more realistic, because it's like, so you telling me a person off themselves in this building, then all of a sudden people get stuck in the elevator when nobody said anything was wrong with the elevator, then people get picked off one by one in the fucking elevator. Like, yo, something's going on with this building.
He clearly, and then he showed you the face on the camera.
Yeah.
He said, hey, man, look at that. That don't look weird to you? It's clearly a goddamn face in the middle of the video. And he's like, nah, man, he throws out this coupon with a thing that says, I'm sorry. Yeah, my kids got killed. My wife got killed. So, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't believe in the devil because he's not needed. Like, he ain't needed. Obviously, he had something to do with it. The fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, like this movie, it turned out to be like when I watched it the first time, I guess I just wasn't really watching it with that, you know what I'm saying, with that eye. But going back and watching it this time, I was like, oh shit. And then the way that everything made sense at the end, it's like, oh shit, Ramirez said everybody's here for a reason. Even you taking this call and even being in here. Yep. There's a reason why you're here. And then come to find out the last dude standing is the one that ended up, and then the way that they also threw religion into it, because he fessed up to doing a hit and run, and then Detective Boughton like, oh shit, that's why I'm here. I'm here to hear that confession. So I thought it, man, it was a lot better than I thought, man. What about you, man? Going back and rewatching it.
So first off, going back and rewatching this one, it's one of those movies that it's not a real long movie, so it's kind of like a right to the point thing, and it's not a lot of story that goes in it either, which to me is great because what a lot of times, what you don't get in short movies like this, you don't get a lot of story, but you also don't get a lot of backstory either. But in this, they found a way to be able to give you enough backstory. They found a way to be able to give you enough story. And they found a way to connect everything within, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on, which is kind of weird because a lot of times M. Night Shyamalan don't do that. So on top of all that, you get him giving you the backstory, you get him giving you the connected story, and then, you know what I'm saying, he pretty much gives you a sweet little plot twist at the end with the old lady, because nobody expected the old lady to be the goddamn devil. Nobody expected that. You on mute. You muted, bro.
But the one thing that fucked you up is the fact that the monkey wrench that threw in there, she died.
Right.
So you're thinking like, oh, okay, well, this shit is all over. But then, like, when that bitch rolls back up and had them black eyes, you're like, yo, man, she's the devil.
She's cracking her neck and shit. I'm like, oh, shit. So, you know, and then what's even funnier is I forgot that she was the one that was the devil. So this whole time, I'm trying to remember who the fuck it was. So that's another thing that make it, you know what I'm saying, as good as it is too. And every now and then, like, M. Night will come along and he'll give you like one or two of these type of movies, right? Like we've had The Sixth Sense. For me, it was The Village. The Village was a great movie to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that all that shit was happening, and then like at the end of that, you find out that nigga, this is like modern day. That shit was great. That was a great ending to that movie. So yeah, like he comes up with these movies where every now and then he'll give you one or two of them, you'll be like, oh shit. And to me, this is one of those ones that's in that category because, you know, for as much as it is, this movie is really only maybe 2 or 3 scenes for real in the whole movie. It's the elevator, it's the lobby, and
the car accident.
The car. Okay, so maybe 4 or 5 because it's the car accident, it's the suicide at the end. I mean, at the beginning, and then it's the room, the control room that they in, and then every now and then you might get, you know what I'm saying. So particularly, this is all in the same building. All of this shit is pretty much in the same area, and for him to be able to create all this around, like I said, this short time and this short space is really interesting because not only do you have, you know, all of this shit happening, you got somebody who understands what's going on, and then you got other people who don't believe him. And then the whole time, like, you got so many stories going on at once. So, like, you got the guy who, you know what I'm saying, Ramirez, who understands what's going on. He's trying to explain it to them. They don't believe him. And then on the inside of that, you got everybody going through whatever they're going through, dealing with everything that they have to deal with, and they don't even understand what's going on. But, you know what I'm saying, you still getting both of the stories. They basically going back and forth. Everything is working. So, yeah, man, this was going back and watching this was worth every minute, 100% worth every minute. This is just some shit that has scared the shit out of you too.
Man, listen, I texted you earlier. I was in the elevator.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the elevator a little different, but a little side eye.
Yeah, man.
And then I got
especially
on one.
Getting on and off that motherfucker.
Hey, and then I got on one because I actually got on 2 elevators today. And the second one, you know what I'm saying? It goes. I hit my thing, and so it goes down, and then it's like it's just sitting there, and it's like, man, the door ain't opening. I'm like, man, yo, fuck.
Like that.
And it took a little long to open today, man. I don't know if I was paranoid or what, but
hey,
from what you were saying earlier, well, M. Night Shyamalan didn't direct it, but he did do the story. He wrote the story.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like he has those ones, man. Like, you know, we spoke about this on the franchise joint. When you were talking about Split, like in the Unbreakable and Mr. Glass.
Yeah.
It was Glass, not Mr. Glass, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like for him to put those together, like those was great. The Sixth Sense was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then he hit you with shit like, I think I need to go back and watch The Happening because
that's the one with not Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
that's the one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
okay,
and that's when the trees was killing him. And it was just like at the time, I think when I watched it, I don't think I was as mature. I'm like, what the fuck, man, the trees is killing us, like that's stupid. But then it's just like once you really, but when you really think about it, it's like, you know what I'm saying, the earth is, you know, doing its way to, you know what I'm saying, to keep its existence. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about it, because it's like what it was like when you had a large group of people together, like that mist or whatever, the air is what would get into you, and it will put these fumes in you to where you would kill yourself. And it's just like that was like really the premise of that movie was the earth is gonna survive regardless. And it's 100%. Gonna do what it needs to do, you know what I'm saying, to keep rotating. So when you think about it that way, it's like, you know what I mean, it sounds like it's all right, you know. So I think I need to go back and revisit that. But then he hit you with it's like, okay, come on, dude, like like that shit was not good. But the thing is, the trailer got you though. It got me. I saw the trailer. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But when you think about the type of lane that he takes, that seemed like something he would take. You go to this island and you age like immediately. Like I just didn't like the story. I think the premise of the movie was good. I just didn't like the way it was executed. That's what I didn't like about Old. But yeah, man, he's one of those.
Oh no, Old was trash. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think the concept.
I bought that shit. That shit was horrible.
Oh no, I wouldn't have bought it.
Well, I didn't know M. Night Shyamalan did it. I didn't know that till after I bought it. I just seen the movie and I'm like, yo, the premise of this seemed fire because of what the description I read and then watching the trailer. I'm like, yo, this shit look all right. So seeing it on there, I bought it and I'm mad as hell I did that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And I think that when you think about the unorthodox thinking that he brings to his movies, a lot of the times the idea be good.
Yeah,
but it just sometimes it's not executed as good. Because I think to really think, to put yourself in a situation, yo, we going on vacation, we hear about this secret or sacred place. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if it was a secret island or if it was a sacred island. I can't remember which one it was. But like you go to this place and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
Escape that motherfucker.
You can't escape it, and then all of a sudden you start getting grazed. You know what I'm saying? You go on there, you know what I'm saying? Your child is 8, and now all of a sudden this motherfucker 27. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Yo, the motherfucker came around the corner, they was like, what the fuck? That is a grown as fuck.
And I'm saying, like, the concept of that is great. Yeah. It's just I didn't like the story that he added to it.
Yeah.
But the concept of it is cool. So I think that the lane that he's in, it's a good lane. It's just because, I mean, listen, man, the Sixth Sense threw me way off. Like that's one of the meanest twists I've ever seen. Like that shit was crazy. Like the whole time, man, my dude was dead. Like what? Like, are you kidding me? Oh man,
the way he found out was crazy too.
Yeah, that motherfucker said. And man, everybody made a meme of it, man. But he was just like, I see dead people.
Yeah, that shit is wild.
He said, how often do you see it? All the time. This is like, and then all that fucking breath shit. But anyway, back to Devil. Like, so, like I was saying earlier, man, Ramirez is my guy. But when he was telling Detective Bowden, Boughton, you know what I'm saying, about all of this stuff, and like you said, he threw the car wash a coupon down of I'm sorry or whatnot, and it was just like, yo, like these little childhood stories, you know, I don't want to hear that, like, you know, this that, and it's just like, for me, I know how off the wall it sounds, but if you have something this weird happening, especially when they started to rewind the tape, and because they thought that the girl was like basically being a scammer because like she kind of like jumped up, like, but it was the devil. Like the devil kind of pushed her, and she thought it was the creepy dude. And he was like, man, I think it's the girl, but it's just like, come on, like you have to see something is odd here. And then every time the lights go off, somebody come up dead.
Yeah.
And then this is the thing. They know it's a camera in there because everybody's looking at you talking, you asking them you really gonna commit these murders in front of a camera when they told you that they know it's just because the lights go out, they're not gonna know it's me.
Yeah, fuck out of here, man.
Yo, there's something weird going on here, man. You gonna have to.
This is the thing that I wanted to get into, right? Like, how come people be like super religious, like in the movie? You know what I'm saying? Or just religious people in general. They'll believe in the fuck out of God. I mean, like they'll believe in God like through and through. Will not believe in the devil.
That's the weirdest shit ever.
So like the thing that throws me off, right? I forgot what court case it was, but remember the court case that they had where dude that killed a bunch of people was like, the devil made me do it. What was that?
Amityville Horror.
Amityville.
Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah. So like y'all just gonna discount it, you know what I mean? I know y'all go to church. Y'all gonna discount it and be like, nah, man, he making that up. Or like if something happened and be like, yeah, God told me to, they'd be like, this motherfucker crazy. But they go to church, they read the Bible, they pray, like they do all that. I just don't understand, like, how is they faith a real thing? You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the question that I get, because it's like I know the detectives wasn't. We know that. But even everybody else around, like, as Ramirez is telling these motherfuckers this, like, yo, nigga, this is the devil. Like, nigga, when he come around, nigga, the toast flip jelly side down. Whatever that meant. I didn't understand that, but that was
I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, but just know, nigga, basically he's saying everything going bad. Like, the baby might fall that time and miss the table, but when the devil come around, the baby gonna hit that table. Like, I'm trying to tell you, all this bad shit is happening because this motherfucker is here. They didn't even pay attention to this nigga Ramirez. They didn't go get no priest. They didn't try to get no exorcist. They do none of that shit, bro. These niggas was like, hey, son, keep rubbing your cross. Shut up. We gonna handle this our way. I just don't get that, bro. Like, why don't they have that same, like, why don't they have that actual energy for when shit happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, the unexplainable shit happens. But they'll be the, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be the first to be like, say if somebody's car flipped over and they survived, like, oh, yeah, well, God saved you. But if the car flipped over and then they didn't survive, they wouldn't be like, oh, well, the devil got that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get that.
Yo, me, and shout out to my dude Sinclair, we did a whole episode about this.
Mm-hmm.
He had put something on social media. And I was just like, yo, man, you need to come on the pod. We need to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
So he had all the greatest scenarios ever, man. Like, he brought up one. He was like, okay, right. He said, like you just said, the Ronnie DeFeo joint. He said the devil made me do it. Everybody pushed him off, said he's insane.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but when you listen to, especially a Baptist preacher, they'll be like, yo, God came to me and told me it was my calling to be a preacher.
Right.
So God came to you.
Specific.
But the devil can't go to Ronnie DeFeo. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
They don't say that the preacher's insane.
Right.
But they say that Ronnie DeFeo is insane.
But no. This is even crazier thing, right? Like when the homeless dude be outside giving you Bible scriptures. they say that motherfucker is insane. What if you know what I'm saying? God knew you was going this way and was like, hey, homeless man, hit him with the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You just gonna not fuck with the homeless man because he's homeless and just not pay attention to the word? That's the type of shit I be saying. Like, it just don't make sense to me.
And then it's also like, I think it's the results. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like you just said, car flip over, you survive. Oh, God saved me.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't, oh man, that's the devil's work. It's all about what the results end up being. They're just like Sinclair used Noah's Ark, right? He was like, so Noah built this big ass ark. You know what I'm saying? He told everybody, yo, a storm is coming. Everybody said, dude's crazy. So then he said he got collected all the people he could, animals, all that type shit, put them on there. The storm came, and then they said that, you know, this was God's work or whatever. I don't know the whole story. But he was like, what if Noah did that, said everything that he said, that all the people, all the animals came in there, and he set that bitch on fire?
Hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
That is hilarious.
And I was just
I know
like,
it's not meant to be funny, but
yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's all about what the results are.
Right.
And they will, a lot of them, let me not say all of them, but a lot of them will, they play off the results. And if it ends badly, they won't admit that it was the devil. But if it ends good, like you said, everything is God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, to me, the fact that they won't acknowledge that it's a devil, but will talk about the devil all the time, just don't make sense to me. Like, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, like you tell, man, I'm gonna go to a liquor store right quick. That's the devil's work.
Yeah, but then when something happened, and be like, oh man, the devil must have got to him. No, man, that shit ain't real. That ain't how it worked. Hold on, who are you to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, bro. So like the whole time Ramirez is sitting in this room, and he like, hey man, I know y'all thinking, you know what I'm saying, this some other shit, but I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the devil. They like, yeah, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? He throw his little car wash coupon and say, I'm sorry down. He like, nah, see, because if the devil was real, that we wouldn't need him, because, you know what I'm saying, my family got hit by a car. You never would have just thought, like, well, Ramirez could have been like, well, maybe, you know, maybe that was the devil. I don't know, man. That was just a thought that just went into my head, like, at the time, like, because watching that, I was like, oh, this dude really don't believe, you know what I'm saying, like, that the devil could have been plotting on him this whole time. Like, what if this whole thing was just to get him there, just so the devil could get him? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or just get to the other dude. And the only reason that the other dude was saved was because Ramirez heard, I mean, not Ramirez, but the detective heard it and forgave him in that moment. Because remember, the devil was like, damn, I really wanted you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You jumped a little bit, because what it was, when the devil was about to, you know what I'm saying, to really kill him, about to kill the mechanic guy, he admits, yo, like, I hit
he confesses.
Yeah, he confesses, and the devil's like, yo, I really wanted this one.
But see, this is the thing that I was saying, though, right? I think that because he said it, and because everything that went on, the detective forgave him in that moment. That's why he couldn't. Because remember, he kept saying, like, you think that's going to absolve you of all your sins? You think that's going to save you? He kept trying to get him to stop, or he was trying to trick him into stopping, but it wouldn't work. So when he finally did it, and he finally said that shit, he was like, yo, oh, this is the dude, you know what I'm saying, I forgive him, let me help this motherfucker out and get him out of the situation. And then, you know what I'm saying, God was like, all right, fam, you know what I'm saying, back up, you lost this one. Yeah, which is another crazy concept, too, is the fact that, or not the fact, but the theory that is that God it's crazy the fact that we call this nigga the devil, but we don't say this nigga the God. Anyway, that God and the devil are basically playing one-on-one for our souls is wild as fuck.
Yeah. And then like that's just like in Constantine, which first of all, y'all, I am so excited that there has been a Constantine 2 greenlit, and my man why was I about to say Ryan Reynolds? Keanu Reeves is coming back as John Constantine. But the sacrifice, John kills himself, and now God is like, hey, come to me.
Yeah.
And then the devil's like, nah, let me take this lung cancer out of you. Like what really in the actual fuck is going on? Like, y'all are really
see, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, just it'd be weird shit like that. Like, even if you read the Bible, like the shit that was happening to what's the name, Job, all the shit that was happening to him, like this nigga was getting like, he was blinded. This nigga was catching diseases. All this shit just to prove that he had faith and not let the devil get to him. I ain't gonna lie to you, my nigga. Like, don't put me through no test like that. If you the all seeing, all omnipotent, the one like they say you are, don't put me through no test like that, bro. That's not cool.
But then there's also like that Dahmer joint, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about it a little bit on the 28 minutes or less, like the whole thing of like he got baptized in prison. And like he he spoke to he was speaking to this priest, right? He was talking to the priest about John Wayne Gacy. Yeah. And he was saying that John Wayne Gacy he was like they're similar, but he was like one of the biggest differences is he admitted to all his crimes. John Wayne Gacy said he didn't. And then John Wayne Gacy said he ended up being saved before he had lethal injection. So he said that he was saved or whatever. So basically, now Jeffrey goes and get baptized, and he was like, "Yo, now I'm the son of God." It's like, okay, so you killed 17 people. You eat these motherfuckers. You do all of these sins. Did you get baptized one time? Now you're the child of God. It's like,
let me tell you something, man. I'm not surprised that nigga said anything. This nigga ate people. So yeah, anything that nigga do, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, so it's just
but I ain't gonna lie, getting baptized in the prison is wild. That's some crazy shit.
They baptized him in one of those pools, one of those not pools, but one of those things like if you got an injury, like the ice pool joints.
Yeah,
like that's what they baptized him in.
That's crazy.
Like one of those things. But yeah,
it's in the prison though. Like, what is going on? Like, you don't get free after you get baptized. What is the purpose of baptizing niggas?
Man, I don't know, man, but you know, they gave him the opportunity.
You absolved of all your sins once you get baptized, but you still got to serve your sentence. That's trash, bro.
Man, then everybody's gonna get there baptized.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, certain shit just don't make sense, right? Like, if I get absolved of all my sins, right, that means that at this point, bro, I am on the good foot. So you mean to tell me that my sentence means more than the judgment of God?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
Look, I feel you. But
that shit just don't make sense to me, bro. If I get baptized in jail, bro, let me out.
But then, like I say, everybody gonna start getting baptized. Everybody gonna become Muslim and everything just to get out, and it's just gonna be.
I don't know how the Muslim shit work all the way through yet, but I know if you get baptized, you're supposed to be absolved of all your sins. That's washing all your sins. So technically, once I get baptized, I don't got to. That's like getting a new credit score on life. That's like getting a new credit score on life, man. Hey. That's bankruptcy. That's what that is. Getting baptized is bankruptcy on life. Yo. So basically, you went through your life bankruptcy, nigga. All that old shit don't count. Let me out. I didn't do it. I'm free now. I'm supposed to be free at least. I'm just saying, bro. We gotta look into that.
I can't with you, man. You crazy as fuck.
I'm just saying, bro, it don't make sense. If I get baptized, first and foremost, if I get baptized, right, the whole purpose of getting baptized is to absolve you of your sins, correct?
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, y'all hit me up on the Twitter and let me know. But if I get baptized and I get absolved of my sins, which means that my sins no longer count against me now, then my sentence should be ended once I get baptized because I didn't do it.
Well, we all know why it can't work that way, man.
No, I'm just saying. like don't baptize me if I can't be free, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I get that. I get that purpose.
Baptize me on the way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but yeah, man, like it was. But the close it out before we get to Fire Flames, man. It was just like some crazy shit. Like when the very first light went out, and old girl had to
The bite
marks on the back. And then my one dude was like, "Hey man, she could have did that to herself."
Yeah, this nigga
bite her own back.
This nigga was a wildin'. Hey. I feel you, but he did have a blood stain on his suit, so he was kind of like, nigga, I just don't want. So that's what threw me off. I'm like, didn't nobody have blood on their mouth, so y'all just think this nigga bit this motherfucker with nothing. I don't know, man. It was weird.
But then they did give you, you know what I'm saying, a few things in there that could have possibly made you jump, like when the guard with Bokeem Woodbine's
he lit
the lighter, and you see the devil in the back. Woo.
Yeah. Okay, now listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the worst devil that I've ever seen in a movie. Because it looked like the devil had a head bandage on. Or was that just me?
Yeah, okay, hold on.
He had a head injury, bro.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I thought I was tripping.
So, I know you remember this.
Mm-hmm.
The movie-wise, the movie dope as fuck. But there's one scene in the movie. Like, the scene is great, but it's one thing that fucked the whole thing up. So, you said it's the worst devil you ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you remember wait a minute. Why the fuck am I blanking on the name of the movie? Tales from the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
When he was like, "This ain't no funeral home."
Oh yeah, you talking about Clarence Williams III.
But yo, when he was like, "Welcome to hell, motherfuckers," and then that little.
That was trash. Look at that, bro. Y'all can't tell me it don't look like he got like a head bandage on or like I don't know, but that's a trash. Yeah, that's horrible.
That's a trash devil, but yo, when he did the thing and the snake tongue came out in between the gap in his mouth, yo, that was terrible. And then the other part that was even crazier about it was when he actually turned into the devil, and then the whole back screen fell down, and everybody was in the back shaking.
There's all in hell. No, that was just a horrible scene in general. Because that shit looked. Everybody in the fire looked fake as hell.
Everybody looked fake as hell.
They looked like they was praise dancing, to be honest with you, which was wild.
Now, like the thing, the actual costume of the devil was dope, but right before that, when he did little tongue thing,
that shit was trash.
Y'all should have cut that.
Yeah,
somebody should have been like, "Yo, that's not a good look, y'all."
Shout out to Rusty Cundiff.
Yo, but that movie though, that the movie itself is crazy because it's just like one of those things where like you get the one thing that's dope about it is like a movie that give you stories. So you have like it was 3. Was it 3? No, yeah, 3. It was 3 different plot stories in that movie,
and they all was linked up somehow.
Yeah, and they all linked up somehow. So that was really dope. But like, yeah, that damn tongue I can't think of nothing today. That snake tongue that came out of his mouth, that was trash. That was super trash. That did not age well at all. But the devil was bad. But I think it's very interesting that the way they tied this whole story in at the end, and the way that they was shitting on Ramirez, and then he ended up being right the whole fucking time.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Hey yo, Rusty Cundiff, speaking of dude, bro, I didn't know that was him in Sprung. The light skinned dude with the
lock.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him until last year.
Yeah, I knew that was him because those the only two movies I ever seen him in.
Yeah, I only seen him in that. I ain't never seen him in nothing else.
Shit, even my dude Brandon, what's his last name? Brandon something, like my dude for Soul Food. The little boy in that one.
Oh, that was the that played the little boy that got abused in
yeah. That's your boy from Soul Food.
Yeah. Big Mama,
And-
you on? That's crazy.
That had your girl in it, man. That was his mama. You know what I'm saying from yo, I can't think of nothing today.
You said the girl that
But
was his mom.
yeah, she was
Shoot.
she was the main hoe for Maine for Jake.
Oh, Paula Jai Parker.
Yeah. So
she's the same person in every
movie.
In every role. She got different roles, but she's the same person in every role. Like that's the one person I know for sure. Like if she's in that role, I know exactly how it's gonna go every time. Like she the same chick that was in Friday. She the same chick that was in that movie. She the same chick that was in everything else. She's always that person, bro.
The same person every time.
Always. All right, man. Let's get into the Fire Flames.
Yes, sir.
Yoga Fire. Yoga Flame.
Yo, so Fire Flames, man. What you giving it?
Devil, 2010. Of course, man. Shout out to the guy Bokeem Woodbine, man. He for some odd reason he just don't get his praises, man.
This nigga's in everything, bro.
Everything. Like his IMDb, I'm not looking at it, but it's gotta be super crazy.
For sure. He gotta have over almost 200 credits. Easy.
Like and he's never really the main guy, but you know what I'm saying? But everything that he's in, he's always find a way to that's Bokeem.
For sure.
But you know, the surrounding cast, it was decent. I mean, it wasn't the best, but you know, everybody, pretty much did a
He's
pretty
definitely the most
job.
famous person in that movie.
Yeah. To me, well, in our circles anyway,
Yeah.
I feel like he was the most famous. Other than my man that played Ramirez, I done seen him in a couple of things.
I seen the dude that played the engineer or mechanic or whatever he was supposed to be called.
Yeah.
I seen him in some shit before.
I seen him in some shit too.
And then the dude that was in the suit, I seen him in like in guest spots on like Adam Sandler movies and shit like that. But outside of that, Bokeem Woodbine was definitely the most famous nigga that I know.
Yeah, and he was like the 8th name that was showed. Which
is crazy.
But yeah, man, like the cast was good. I'm glad that we did this one to go back to it because like if you would have asked me before I watched it this second time, I would have been like, I don't know, man, about like a 2. Like that shit didn't really, it didn't really register me. But going back and watching it now and seeing and actually getting the premise of the movie, even though the story that M. Night Shyamalan put together, it was good, but this movie still had some flaws to it. Like you said, the devil was nuts. But I'm gonna give it. Oh man, I'm tinkering between a 3 and a 3.5.
Man, you are reading my fucking mind, bro. I don't know how you did that. You are reading my mind. You are reading my fucking mind, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it a 3, man. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay, cool. Because I'm going one step above you, bro. I'm going 3.5. So this movie is great, especially because of it's like a nice little mystery involved. But the one thing that it does is it provides those jumping moments. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, a classic horror movie should always have. It should always have 1 or 2 moments where it go bing, and then you know what I'm saying. You be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying. So on top of that, the fact that you know what I'm saying they added the spiritual element into it and the religious element into it. It does have a lot of flaws. For instance, you know what I'm saying, the fact that they was at the suicide scene, but that shit was like 10 miles down the road compared to where dude initially jumped. And he just so happened to jump into a car or into a truck that went all the way down the street that bumped into a thing on the side of the road that went all the way. Like it was, that shit was unnecessary. then they go finally find it, and then the glass fall out and almost kill his partner and all this other weird shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Another part was just the fact that Ramirez just instantly knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no clues or nothing. He was just like, oh, man, I feel uneasy. Then he like, yeah, the devil here. And then he started talking about jelly falling and shit, which is weird. But at the same time, I do respect it because they found a way to make all that shit connect and keep all that shit pretty much in a constant flow. So I'm definitely giving it a 3.5.
Cool. I ain't mad at it.
All right, man. Let's move on to the coming soon.
Yes, sir.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
So coming soon, the next one we got up, man, is House on Haunted Hill. Is this the one with Taye Diggs, right?
Yeah. Yo, I've been waiting.
I ain't seen this in a minute.
Yo, this movie, this is gonna be fun. I've been wanting to do this movie for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Like a long time, man. Because like I think, well, first of all, it is I think I forgot to throw the D in there because I think it's House on the Haunted Hill. I forgot to throw that in there. But
oh, for real?
Yeah. And it's actually a remake from I think it was a black and white movie and they remade it. And I think that this was for me, I think it's an underrated movie. I think now the return of the House on Haunted Hill, that shit was trash.
Like when you can't. The sequels are always garbage.
Yeah, the sequel was very garbage. But like no, I think the premise of the movie, I think it's slept on, man.
Yeah.
I think that there are some scenes in it that is really good. I think the whole story of Dr. I think Bannigan, if I'm not mistaken, like this motherfucker still walking around this bitch because he fucking trapped everybody in there and killed everybody in there. Like
13 ghosts.
Yo, and then everybody ended up being related, like because the whole guest list got switched over. Like, come on, man! This shit, I'm telling you, man. House on the Haunted Hill is underrated. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely about to watch it now because this shit sounds a lot like 13 Ghosts.
So you said you've seen it, but you just haven't seen it in a while.
No, bro. When I seen this shit, bro, I was probably like 12, 13. I'm not gonna lie to you. This has been a minute since I seen this shit, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely excited. If you ain't, hell, I am. I'll come on this bitch.
I'm excited because I'm telling you, this shit sounds like everything you just explained sounds like 13 Ghosts.
Dude, and the cast, like I know you said Taye Diggs, but like it got your girl from oh man, what's her name? From Final Destination.
Ali Larter.
Yes, like she's in it. My girl that plays my dude wife in Taken. You remember she was in the faculty. She was the one teacher that wore the glasses, and then when she turned to the alien, she got sexy. Yes, she's the original Jean
I forget
Grey.
what her name is, but yeah, she's cold.
I can't pronounce her name, but she's in it. Like it's some motherfuckers in it, man. My one dude with the glasses, like it's some people in it, man. It's actually I think it's a good movie, a good horror movie. Even though I'm not going to that goddamn house, that's a whole totally different story.
First and foremost, it's called Haunted Hill. Keep your ass off of it.
Well, the reason they went was because they said that if you stay in it's one of those prize things. You stay in the house, you get $1 million.
Yeah,
that's why the people went.
Take my chances outside. I just get a regular job.
But okay, we gotta go.
Don't do it.
I'm about to goddamn boy. We about to do a whole nother.
So listen, man. Yeah, don't do that. So listen, man. Next episode, man. Tune in. You already see how excited my man S. Dot is. Come back and see if I'm just as excited. I don't know yet. Shit sound like 13 Ghosts. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm excited to see it though. I don't know if I'm excited as he is. If you guys liked the episode, if you didn't like the episode, if you want to suggest something to us, or if you want to just say, hey, do better. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on the socials, man. IG and Twitter at ViewerNonPod. You could also hit us up on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. As far as myself, you can find me on Twitter at Scoops Bronson, and I have a link tree in the bio. You go there, find me everywhere else.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram, at 28 Minutes or Less Pod on IG. You can find the podcast on all major platforms. 28 Minutes or Less. The Jeffrey Dahmer episode is the last one that I got out, episode 101.
Mm-hmm.
Go check that out. Let me know what y'all think. Like I kind of took a different approach to the pod, but you know what I'm saying, I still got into the series as well. So go check out the pod, man.
For sure, man. And listen, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, comment, all that good stuff on the pod. We definitely need it. It helps us get our rating up, which gets our exposure up. So if you do anything, you know what I'm saying, do that. That would do a lot for us. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.